So our hero highlight today is, of course, Dr. Patricia Rogers. Now, isn't that a beautiful young woman there?
Hmm.
So, Patricia, can you tell us in a couple of minutes here about what led you to go into this service and about your service?
Can I tell you about my service?
Yeah, about
That's a
what
part
you
of my
did.
presentation,
Oh,
but I
is it?
can go
Okay.
ahead and share.
Well,
I,
I tell you what, how about if we
I can go
go
ahead
ahead
and
and
share.
let you, and we'll just, you can have probably, I think we're good at for you to take 20 minutes to share
Okay.
between all of that. So that way you won't be rushed. And this is the information that I would have for Dr. Patricia Rogers and encourage y'all to reach out to her, set up one-to-ones, follow her on her social media and I'm gonna escape so that she can share her screen with us. And
Okay.
wait, let's see, stop share. I had the wrong thing. There you go.
Okay. Hello again, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Love this group.
We're
And
happy to
I
have
am,
you. We're happy to have you.
yes. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way here. Y'all let me know if y'all can see my screen.
It's coming up. Yes.
You can see my screen.
Yes, you're on slide 2. Mhm.
And okay, can you see my full screen?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Dr. Patricia Rogers. Everybody see that? And I'm a visibility strategist. And of course, I'm going to share a little bit today about visibility in a virtual world. If you all believe that we are living in a virtual world, wave your hand in the air like you just don't freaking care. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Absolutely, because we're on this platform, we're virtual. And I'm going to share a little bit about what inspired me to become an entrepreneur. What inspired me? If you know anything about politics in the workplace, ladies and gentlemen, wave your hand in the air. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so that's exactly what inspired me to become an entrepreneur. I worked 12 years in the military, and of course, I worked 29 years in the corporate arena, law enforcement. I did 29 years in law enforcement. And of course, I was sick and tired of the politics in the workplace. So I took my retirement and I ran, never to look back again. And of course, in order to prepare for my retirement, I used to market, I still market a service called Legal Shield, but that was my pride and joy at the time. And I would host events in my backyard and bring all the entrepreneurs together so that they can share what they do. And I knew that they would hear what I do. So that was just my way of bringing us together. I always enjoy bringing people together. And of course, during that time, I purchased the food, I purchased the music, the DJ, basically with the music, the table, the chairs, the tents. And guess what? It was all for free. And of course, after that, again, preparing for my retirement in law enforcement, I joined Women's Prosperity Network because I wanted to be a part of a community because of the fear that came with me retiring and leaving that family behind that I was so used to, accustomed to. And I joined Women's Prosperity Network, and my coaches, Nancy Matthews and Trish Carr, said to me, Pat, you're already hosting events in your backyard for free. All you have to do is monetize. And of course, that just made some sense to me. So, of course, what I did then, I said, well, I'm going to jump in and take this public speaking training that they offer. And that's where the investing in myself came into play. Because in the corporate arena, I got everything for free. Travels, everything was for free. And I took this training, and I'm so glad that I did, because if I had not taken the training and stayed connected to this community for the past 9 years, I would not be before you right now. And of course, after that, I got my nerves up and I started hosting in-person events. And that's when I started charging for tickets, as well as the speakers secured their speaking opportunities, because speakers and speaking at events virtual or online, in person or virtual, are an investment into our business. So I got over asking for the sale. And of course, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, and 19. Of course, these last 3 years, I was always on social media, but the last 3 years, people started coming from everywhere, flying in from all over the place to attend and to speak at our events. And that's when I really learned that consistency on social media builds momentum. So can anybody tell me what happened? Come off mute and tell me what happened in 2020. Anybody, come off mute. 2020. What happened in 2020? Come on.
COVID.
COVID, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that crisis opened doors of opportunity. Crisis opened, it reveals what it did for me, and I'm sure others. It revealed opportunities that were hidden. And when the crisis come, a lot of people started developing these skills that they didn't even know they had. And I know I'm guilty of that. I was one of them. So crises are not all bad. And then, of course, crises enhances our resilience when we face it and overcome it. It enhances our resilience. I always say, all we have to do is outlive the crises. Innovation and creativity. Individuals as well as organizations learn to think outside of the box, and that's huge. Not to mention that crisis strengthens relationships. We come together during a crisis, and I'm sure we all have seen that happen because we are currently global. And again, virtual world that we live in, I want to ask a question. When the pandemic came, the pandemic sent many of us in a direction that some of us are still unwilling to go. Does anybody know where that is? Come on, y'all entrepreneurs. Anybody know where that is? Where did the pandemic push some of us in an area that some of us just still don't want to go? Well, I'm going to help you out. Social media. How about that? Social media. And of course, the question might rise, well, why is visibility so essential? Visibility is essential for so many reasons if we're going to be successful as entrepreneurs. Visibility allows us to, on this social media landscape, people need to be able to easily find us. And as entrepreneurs, we must stay in front of as many people as possible. And of course, when they find us on social media on this landscape, what happens? They're going to review your profile. So that means my profile needs to be attractive. It needs to be up to par. It needs to be professional, and it needs to definitely have all of my contact information. Why? Because I'm an entrepreneur. And of course, when we are on social media, not only will they look at our profile, but the content that we post is very important. Why is that? Because the content that we post on social media is what attracts the right people to us and to our profiles. And of course, when we attract the right people, then of course, engagement starts. And of course, we are able to interact. And when we are able to engage and interact, that's when the magic in my world, that's when the magic starts, because now I'm able to build those relationships and have those conversations, and that possibly leads to what we call profitable relationships. So some entrepreneurs that don't like social media, they say, well, how in the world do I increase my social media? How do I increase my visibility on social media? Well, I want to tell you several, it's about 14, 15, maybe more landscapes out there, profiles, platforms out there. And I'm going to say, as for me, I initially started off just getting in all of them. Well, of course, y'all know all platforms are not equal. So eventually what I had to do was weed out those that did not work for me, that was not giving me whatever it is that I was looking for. And that was the particular clients that was interested in speaking at events, in my case at that time. So of course I weeded out. And then I started focusing on those platforms that was allowing me to to build those relationships that I wanted with those individuals who wanted what I had or I wanted what they had. Now, where's the real problem at for entrepreneurs? We know how to build relationships. We know how to network. We know how to show up, get up, suit up, and show up. But the problem is, and I believe this is my opinion, the problem, one of the biggest problems that we all have, I said we, that includes me, is the follow-up process. It's the follow-up process. And we all know the fortune is in the follow-up. So why is it that people do not follow up? I'm going to give you a few of my own reasons. One reason is because people fear rejection. Nobody likes to be told no. But guess what? I'm going to tell y'all how I got over that, because I had to get over that too. But the way I got over that, I had to think to myself one day, well, you don't buy everybody products. You don't need it all. So sometimes you have to say no too. So what makes me so special that I can't be told no? And then my coaches always teach us, they say, honey, it's just a conversation. So I got over that one real quick. And then, of course, there's the lack of organization. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not organized, I always say, where there's no order, there's chaos. Because if I don't know where what I need is when I need it, then of course, what am I going to do? I'm going to go in a direction where I'm comfortable. And that may not be what's going to bring me the income that I'm looking for. So that's something, organization is very, very vital to our business. And of course, then there is the assuming the disinterest of other people. And I went through that recently. I had a young lady, she wanted to speak at our December event that's coming up. And we talked extensively, our one-on-one. She didn't pay her obligation within the time that she said she was going to pay it. And of course, people are always standing in line, because what one won't do, another one will. And just as I was about to close out those last two spots, and she was already on the banner, I started not to call her. But something in my spirit said, you need to do your follow-up. Just call her anyway. So, of course, I called her, and she could not stop thanking me enough for calling her. So with that, I'm just saying sometimes, and that was a vital lesson too to me, because it's true. Sometimes we assume, well, if she wanted it, she would have got it. If she wanted, she would have called back, followed through on her word. But the real reality of it, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that sometimes people forget. And I always say that 500-pound phone is something else. But at any rate, she did secure her seat. And so I'm glad I made that sale. Public speaking at virtual events increases our visibility. And I know y'all know that. And I am a visibility guru, as well as I enjoy hosting virtual events. And we've hosted probably over 60, 70 events online since the pandemic. I've even opened up another opportunity for me where I teach people how to host events. So we have event platforms all over the place in our little network. And I want to say kudos to Richard, because Richard has become a part of our network, y'all. But at any rate, so basically all of our speakers at our events, they get a virtual background. That's mandatory. The virtual backgrounds are mandatory at our events, as well as we make sure we give you a copy of the email list. All of our speakers, the email list is ready to download into your Gmail. We don't want you rummaging through the chat. We also make sure you get a complimentary ticket to the future event. And of course, you get the replay with your presentation. And of course, how do we boost the professionalism in a virtual world? Well, the way we boost the professionalism is by using virtual backgrounds. I never go on a platform without one. And in most cases, I have my information on the virtual background, because people are studying us when we're on their platforms, if the information is there. I always say people are nosy. So I make sure my phone number, my email, my logo, of course, as well as my website is on the virtual backgrounds when I attend other people's events. And of course, virtual backgrounds allow us to look professional. I guess that's why Zoom put it there, because it knew what we didn't know. And also, as far as our speakers, it protects speakers when they are speaking, and we don't have all those outside distractions that goes on behind us when we are on these platforms. Virtual background also enhances the engagement of the attendees. And of course, they protect you when you are again on other people's platform. Now, this is just a nugget. I'm gonna drop this on y'all for those of you who don't like doing videos, or those of you who figure you don't really you don't know what to say when you're doing videos. This is, and I'm not an affiliate of this. I'm just giving y'all a nugget. I've been using this system application for years, because there are times I want my videos to be professionally done, and I don't just want to do them impromptu. I want what I have to say to be specific. And Big View it's called bigview.tv, and this is an awesome app, under $200 for the whole year, and it's a professional teleprompter. It also allows you, when you do that video, you can post it straight up to social media, all your platforms that you're on. It also allows you to add music to it, and you can also add video clips, little pictures and things. So, I mean, you can really have a lot of fun with this app. And it allows you to look straight at the camera when you're talking, and that's what I'm doing here. And you can also use it from your desktop as well as your smartphone. And if I can use something from my desktop, that's a bonus for me. This app also allows you, as you can see, to do word captions. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you all have heard this, that videos is 85% conversion rate over document, as well as over just content, regular content. So y'all can write that link down and check it out. Video is queen, ladies and gentlemen. And lastly, it allows you to add your brand colors and your logo. Let's talk about video streaming, going live. How many of y'all ever went live? Wave your hand. Wave your hand if you ever went live. Facebook, LinkedIn, just on your camera. Okay, well, live video streaming is just as good as video itself, and going live is even better. Again, we're trying to reach as many people as possible, and people love videos. Video streaming is awesome, and it's good if you don't know how to do it. It's good if you learn how to do it. I always tell people, I don't have to go out. I don't have to get dressed up to go out and do. I don't have to get dressed up to go out to do videos. I do videos when I'm already out, and that's a bonus. And we really want to know how to do videos if we get stopped by the cop. How about that? Now, monetizing your time. A lot of people say, I don't know, I don't have time to be on social media. How do you do it? Do you ever sleep? Well, I get all those questions, but yes, I sleep very well. But one thing I do is take advantage of all of these opportunities that I'm going to present to you. When I'm in an airplane, when I'm traveling, that's my time. What is it? It's free. It's free. Internet is free. Uber, that's my time. I don't have to drive. My hands are not on the wheel. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about taking pictures when we at dinner. Everybody knew about that. Some people think it's ridiculous, but guess what? The audience like that. They like it when you let them in your world. And of course, cruising just came off of an 8-day cruise. That's my time. And I take my network with me. And when I come back, they say, oh, I really enjoyed the trip. And also in the tub. Sometimes I know I'm gonna be in there for a while. So I have to have that stylus pen, because I am going to be using social media, just depending on what I have to do, or who I want to reach, or what I want to say. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I said it, the John. I said it, the John. Yep, it happens. It happens. And it's good, because sometimes we just sitting there chilling, just chilling. So why not use social media? Testimonials are always good for everything that we do. We all want testimonials. We all want someone to say something good about us. Trish Carr, one of my co-founders of WPN, she says, because of speaking at multiple events with Unity and Service, we have added hundreds to our database and mailing list and dozens of new paying clients. And I'm going to drop their link in the chat. It's a free membership. You can come and check that organization out. They've been around for years. And like I said, if it were not for Women's Prosperity Network, I would not be who I am today as an entrepreneur. Tom Gay, some of you know him. He's the founder of the Chat Bridge Connect. And Tom Gay says, let me first say, well done with your Unity and Service event on Saturday. I speak at a good number of events and summits, and yours was so well organized. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you value. We love you. We care about you. We want you to look good just like we want to look good. And we probably give away more than we keep. Products and services that Unity and Service provides: public speaking opportunities, podcasts. We do podcast interviews, social media marketing for those who do not like to push their own events or content, as well as a member of the WPN membership, which I mentioned earlier. We also do affordable legal services, Chat Bridge Connect, and of course, if you're interested in adding the title doctor to your name, I can make that connection for you as well. And of course, our authorship books that we have taken part in, as well as my international best-selling author book, which is In-Person and Virtual Events That Rock: 21st Century Tips, Strategies, and Processes. And lastly, we have our upcoming event, which I've already put in the chat. And ladies and gentlemen, lastly but not least, we are going to step outside of our box, and we are going to go back to in-person events starting in next year in October the 18th, 17th through the 18th. We will be going to Atlanta. And with that, I want to say thank you so much. And if you wanted to secure a spot for this, it's just a $200 deposit, and that will hold your seat. And that's all I have for today. And in my closing, procrastination is the enemy to your success. I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity and Service, where people need people. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Fantastic. Yay. That was a beautiful presentation and very informative. Thank you so much.